you gorgeous individuals. It's Kav here, and today I'm going to be talking about normalizing representation in media. If you haven't seen, I guess, my first video on diversity, I will link that below so that you can check that out before you come here, because I guess it kind of is a series in a way, so you might just want to check that out before you watch this one. But if you have seen it, then I would love for you to join me in my discussion about normalizing representation in media. A few months ago, I don't remember exactly when it was, I think it was IKEA that had this ad where two women were sitting down and eating dinner and such, and you knew that they were a woman by woman couple. And I got really excited, and I told my mom, and she said, yeah, that's really good, but why don't we just look at it as them having dinner the same way we would look at it as a man and woman having dinner? Like, why is it such a big deal? Since then, I've been thinking about what it meant to normalize representation in media, and I want to start this off by saying that I don't think there's anything wrong in getting excited, because I definitely get excited when I see someone like me or just diversity in general in media, and that's not what I'm talking about here. My point is something different. If you saw my review last week, which I will also link in the description below, it was on History Is All You Left Me and More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. I pointed out how Adam had included people of color characters by just saying their skin color and stuff. He didn't make it seem like a big deal, and I think that's more what I'm trying to get at when I say normalizing representation. I'm not necessarily talking about how the consumers see it. I'm talking more about what the people who actually work in media should be doing when they're writing novels or making TV shows or anything. For example, something that's very common is this coming out narrative for gay characters or people of the LGBTQ plus community. Now, that narrative can be useful to a certain extent, but people who don't identify as straight are more than just their coming out experiences. We're real people too, and I think that by just creating this one narrative, we're centering it around their sexuality, when I think their sexuality should be more a part of their character. I'm not saying we should get rid of the coming out narrative entirely, because that would also be ridiculous. I'm sure those books have definitely helped someone, or those TV shows and such have definitely helped some people. I know I've been helped by them when I was in the closet, but that also shouldn't be the only thing that exists. We should have narratives of people with different sexual and romantic orientations that isn't just coming out. Similarly, when it comes to characters of color, we tend to just have this one token person of color. We might have a token Chinese friend or a token black friend or something of that sort, which again is creating this token character. I don't really know how else to put it, when really there should just be diversity incorporated. There should just be characters of color incorporated into the group. This lack of normalization in representation makes it seem as though people who aren't white, straight, cis are different, and that's what they're seen as in society. That's what we're seen as in society. We're seen as the different, when in reality we're all people. I'm not a cat. Some people think I am, but I'm not a cat. I'm a person. If we move towards normalizing representation, I think we can help improve that view of people who aren't the majority. As I said, I'm not talking about the consumer side of this, because consumers definitely have the right to feel excited when they get to see someone like themselves represented in a novel or a TV show or a movie. Recently, and by recently I mean 2 days ago, Jessie from Jessie the Reader sent me an arc of When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. If you follow me on social media, you would know that this is the first time I've received a book that has a character with my skin color in it, and of course I was thrilled when I got that book. I was ecstatic. You should have seen me when I found out I was going to get the copy, and then when I actually got it and what I wrote about it and everything. It was something I had never gotten to see before. So of course I was ecstatic. So my point isn't how the consumers should behave, it's more how the people behind the scenes should behave. All that being said, it's a well-known fact that it is generally white, cis, straight people who are in charge. The publishing industry is very white and straight. That's a fact, and that's something most people in the book community are aware of, if not all. So I think to achieve this normalization of representation, we need to start putting in diverse people in these positions of power, and they should be in positions of power regardless of whether it's for this cause or not. That needs to be said. They should have an equal opportunity to get their books published. But of course, that's not the society we live in, unfortunately, and that's something that we're all, I hope, fighting to change. But I think by normalizing this type of representation, we are helping fix so many issues. The media plays a very important role in people's lives. We're all consumers. If you're sitting here watching this video, you are consuming this video, you're consuming some form of media. I'm assuming that if you watch my videos, you are probably also a book reader, since this is a booktube channel, so you're also consuming media in the form of books. The media has an impact, and they know that very well, and I think that they need to start using their power for good instead of for evil, which again is something that's not going to happen overnight. It's something we're going to have to push towards, but that's why we need to bring up topics like this and talk about them, because it is up to consumers to make the change. We can make the change, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be harder for some people than others, because as I said in the beginning, if you're white, cis, straight, able-bodied, able-minded, if you're male, you're going to have it easier than someone who isn't, again, the majority or what society views as the norm. But that doesn't mean we stop fighting. That means we fight harder. I think if we fight hard enough, we can fight to finally see ourselves in books and in TV shows and not have to shriek in pleasure when we see something like that. We should just be able to see it, and it should just exist. As I mentioned, the arc I got, I ended it with this sentence: representation may seem like a right, but it's actually a privilege. I think that we need to reach the point where representation is a right. It's a privilege for people who are part of the minority to see themselves represented in the media, but we need to reach a point where everyone gets to see themselves in the media, and it is a right, and it is normalized. They're not seen as the other, they're seen as who they are, normal people. We're seen as who we are, normal people. This is honestly a video I've wanted to make for a while. I've been trying to find time to film it, but I've been reading so much. I'm trying to keep up with my reviews and everything, so I'm glad I scheduled today as a day to talk about it, because I think that these are issues that need to be talked about. And as I said, my diversity section and everything is a series. It wasn't just one video, and it's not just stopping after that. I'm going to keep bringing up these issues, especially as they become more prevalent in the book community, and I'm going to keep talking about them, because it is up to us as consumers to make a change when we want to see a change happen. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. It's just something I've been thinking about, like I said, for a while now, and I really wanted to bring it up and share it with you all. So please leave your comments below, whether you agree with me and whether you disagree with me, and if so, why, or just anything else you'd like to see in terms of diversity videos on my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe so that you never miss a new video on my channel, because I post new videos every Sunday and sometimes other days of the week if I have enough time and if I'm feeling filmy, booktubey. As usual, all my social media will be in the description below if you want to check out the post I mentioned, or if you just want to follow me and be my friend. And again, my Goodreads will also be in the description below, and I add people back on it, so you can definitely add me. I love learning what people are reading and such, and then I add like 15 books to my want to read section. That's about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are. Please remember that you're beautiful and you deserve the world, and I will see you next week or earlier with a brand new video. Bye!